Shalom. Okay, we back. We're gonna look at Second Ezra's 15th chapter and verse 22. It says, "My right hand shall not spare the sinners." You know, he said his right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. So understand this and overstand this. Most I said his sword is not going to cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. And you look at Zechariah 11 and 5, it's a judgment that's coming. Zechariah 11 and 5, what does it say? See, his sword not going to cease over them that shed innocent blood. Zechariah 11 and 5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, "Blessed be the Most High, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not." So, the Most High letting us know, he said, "My right hand shall not spare the sinners." Now, the Most High's right hand is the Mashiach Yahushua. That's his right hand. Let's go back to Acts 2, the second chapter. Matter of fact, we can go to, let's see, go to Mark, the last chapter, the 16th chapter and the 19th verse. "So then after Mashiach Yahushua had spoken unto them, he was received up into heaven and sat on the right hand of the Most High." See? So, when you see that right hand, that represents the Mashiach Yahushua as the spirit of the Most High, as the angel of the Most High. That's what it says. 2 Ezra 15 and 22. "My right hand shall not spare the sinners, those that break the laws of the Most High. And my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth." He's not going to cease from above upon you with his sword. "The fire is gone forth from his wrath and have consumed the foundation of the earth, and the sinners like the straw." Can you imagine fire being thrown in straw? "The sinners like the straw that is kindled." That's how you're going to burn them up. "Woe, destruction to them that sin." Say, "Destruction to you that sin, and keep not my commandments," said the Most High. "I will not spare them." He's telling you he's not going to spare you. So I say you're going to be the least of the kingdom of heaven. You got to hear what he's saying. Let's go back. It says, "Woe to them that sin, destruction unto them that sin, and keep not my commandments, said the Most High. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power, defile not my sanctuary. For the Most High knoweth all them that sin against him." Hear that? Ain't nobody getting away from this. That sin against the Most High, that break his laws, his commandments, his statutes, and therefore delivered he them unto death and destruction. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth. Don't you feel a plague on this earth? They call it coronavirus, COVID-19. But now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. The Most shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. You think it's not important to keep the Most High's commandments, his laws? Because you don't, you sinning against him. That's why he said, for now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For the Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. He's not going to deliver you because you have sinned against him. Look at Ecclesiasticus, the 32nd chapter and the 14th verse. Ecclesiasticus 32 and 14 to 17. Ecclesiasticus 32 and 14. Whoso feareth the Most High will receive his discipline, and they that seek him early shall find favor. It's concerning keeping his laws, and be disciplined in keeping his laws, his commandments. He that seeketh the law shall be filled therewith. But the hypocrite will be offended thereat. See, the hypocrite, those that's contrary to the Most High, gonna be offended thereat. They're gonna be saying you ain't got to keep the law. You a hypocrite. They that fear the Most High shall find judgment, and shall kindle justice as a light. You know that light will kindle justice as the light. As concerning the laws of the Most High, gonna bring the judgment of the Most High, the justice that's in the law of the Most High, which is the light. A sinful man will not be reproved. You can't reprove a sinful man. He won't be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will. Will find an excuse according to his will. Can't reprove him, can't correct him, because you're a fool, as it says in the scripture. Verse 23. In every good work, trust thy own soul. You know what's good? The laws of the Most High. We read that in Romans 7 and 12. In every good work, trust thy own soul. For this is the keeping of the commandments. He that believeth in the Most High, taketh heed to the commandment. You believe in the Most High, you take heed to his commandments. Or else he say, you love me, keep my commandments. St. John 14 and 15. 1 John 5 and 3 says, for this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and commandments are not grievous. So it says, he that believeth in the Most High taketh heed to the commandment, and he that trusteth in him shall fare never the worse. You trust in the Most High, you're going to keep his commandments. Ecclesiasticus 33 and 1. There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Most High. But in temptation, even again, he will deliver him. See? When the devil come to him, he going to deliver him. He the tempter. A wise man hateth not the law. So a fool hate the law. A wise man hateth not the law of the Most High. But he that is a hypocrite therein is as a ship in a storm, waving this way, just a ship in a storm, just going all kind of ways. A man of understanding trusteth in the law, and the law is faithful unto him as an oracle. See? So it's very important that we see this and don't follow nobody that's telling you not under the Most High's law. Therefore, they telling you that you don't have to follow the Most High. He's going to get you. So he's going to wear this glittering sword and take hold of vengeance. All the citizens of his people are going to die by the sword. They say the evil shall not prevail up against us. Look at what it says in Ecclesiasticus 41:8. Woe, destruction be unto you, unrighteous men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High Power. For if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction. Whew. Hear what it is? I'm going to read that to you again. It say, woe, which means destruction, be unto you, unrighteous men, those that don't want to keep the laws of the Most High, which have forsaken the law of the Most High Power. You hear this? For if you increase, you're getting all you're getting. You're increasing. You got everything you could think of. All these finances you have, and wonderful cars, and houses and so forth. And all the tithes and offerings that you're getting. It says, woe be unto you, unrighteous men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High Power. You're telling people that they're not under the law, but they're under mercy and grace. And the mercy and grace is only given to the Israelites, period. Because we the only ones was given the law. Not no Gentiles. These other nations. Woe be unto you, unrighteous men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High Power. That's what my secretary told you in Matthew 5:19. You're going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. For if you increase, you get whatever you get in abundance. You might be rich. It shall be to your destruction. And if ye be born, you shall be born to a curse. And if ye die, a curse shall be your portion. All that are of the earth shall turn to the earth. Again, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You go back to the dirt. You of the dirt, you of the earth, you're going to go back to the earth. So the unrighteous shall go from a curse to destruction. Hear that? You're going to go from a curse to destruction. Look. Go to 2 Ezra 9. The 9th chapter. Going from a curse to destruction. You live lavishly on this earth. But when you die, this is what you got to look forward to. That's why you got to repent and come out of that and come learn this truth. 2 Ezra 9th chapter, verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and an end, like you say, go back to the earth, go back to the earth. Made of the earth, going back to the earth. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. So we're going to see in these end times, effects and signs. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works, by you keeping the laws of the Most High, having faith in the Most High, and by faith, whereby ye have believed in the words of the Most High, to learn them, to live and apply them in your life, shall be preserved. Hear that? You're going to be preserved from the said perils, the said dangers, and shall see my salvation. That power is from the authority of the Most High, bringing the Mashiach Yahushua into the authority after he put all his enemies under his footstool. In my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning, and us, the children of Israel. Most High will. Then shall they be in pitiful case. This is what he's saying. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. You have abused the laws of the Most High. And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. That's your judgment. You want to pass away the laws of the Most High? You want to abuse his ways? it says, you're going to cast away his laws despitefully, shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits, like I say, living lavishly, like we just read in the previous chapter. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law, hated my law, we ain't under the law, say it fervently and hard. While they had liberty to learn the laws of the Most High, to be taught what's right according to this Bible, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, I'm telling you, repent, you come back to the Most High's law, statute, commandments, is open unto you, understood not, but despised it. You still want to hold on to your religion that tell you that you're not under the law, but you under mercy and grace, and you a Gentile being grafted in and teaching our people that lie. The same must know it after death by pain. You hear that? The same must know it after death by pain. And that pain gonna be because your name is not written in the book of life. Revelations 20:15. Your name not gonna be written in the book of life, and everybody following you, their name not gonna be written in the book of life because they follow the same suit as you. The precept of men, you telling them what to do and tell them that they ain't gotta follow the Most High. They ain't gotta follow him. How you think he gonna love you and you're not doing what he say do? Look, Revelation 20:15. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. Let's go up. Verse 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High, and the books were open. These are books that are recording everything that we do, all your thoughts, all your speech, all your actions. And another book was open, which is the book of life. And we just read it. Your name not written in the book of life. You're going to be cast into the lake of fire. You're going to be burned. Like I say, after death, you're going to have pain and torment. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works, according to how you have followed the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, and having faith in him. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged, every man according to their works. Hear that? According to what you have done in these mortal bodies. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. Hear that? Death and hell were going to be cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. And that's where these pastors are leading you, straight into the lake of fire. They be telling you not under the Most High's law. Tell you the love of the Most High to keep his commandments. Commandments are not grievous. 1 John 5:3 says. What do you think we've been talking about? Look at Ecclesiastes. Don't nobody fool you, man. Ecclesiastes. They'll say don't listen to them because they talking about keeping the law. We ain't under the law. We under mercy and grace. That's your judgment. You just heard it. Let's hear the whole duty of man. The whole duty of man. Ecclesiastes 12:13. Let us hear, all you that have ears to hear, the conclusion of the whole matter. This is the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High. We read in Proverbs 1:7, fear the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. Hear that? This is the whole duty of man. So we just read about, when the book's going to be open, it's going to be judged by what you have done in these mortal bodies, your works. That's what it says. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment. He just said, this is the whole duty of man to keep his commandments. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. But it's the whole duty of man. Now what you think he's talking about? It ain't changed the subject. Say, for the Most High shall bring every work into judgment. That's you keeping his commandments, fearing the Most High, into judgment. With every secret thing, everything you think you done got away with, or we think we done got away with, he gonna bring it to light. Whether it be good, and we know what's good, Romans 7 and 12, the law is good. Or whether it be evil, you're not keeping the laws of the Most High. And the judgment gonna be so. That you're gonna have to suffer when you die in pain in the lake of fire. So with that, I'm going to close. I just want to bring the conclusion of the whole matter to keep the commandments. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments is very important. And let nobody teach you anything different. You just heard it for yourself. I hope it was edifying to you, and hope you'll look at trying to make a change. You know, this is what it's all about. Matter of fact, go to 2 Corinthians. The book of 2 Corinthians. The 5th chapter and the 17th verse. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if any man be rolling by Hashama Mashiach Yahushua in the name of the Lord and Savior, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. You got to change. You got to be reborn again. You got to become a new creature. A new creature, as it's saying. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. Why? Verse 10. We must all appear before the judgment seat of a Mashiach Yahushua, that everyone may receive the things done in his body that we've been reading. It's the 3rd time we're hearing it. According to that he have done, whether it be good or bad. See? Whether it be good or bad. That judgment, when the books are open, they're going to let you know everything and every secret thing that you think you got away with. 2. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of a Mashiach Yahushua, that everyone may receive the things done in his body, according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad. This is what it says. Knowing therefore the terror of a Mashiach Yahushua, we persuade men. We are made manifest unto the Most High, and I trust also are manifest in your consciences, your minds, the way you think. Hopefully you will take this in and change. Become a new man, a new woman, to be better in the eyes of the Most High. And with that, I say shalom and I'm out. Peace.